name is Bill. Most people know me as Napoleon. I form a member of the Tupac Outlaws. In my short life, I experienced a lot of things out there. Flown on private jets, albums that sold over 40 million copies worldwide, shootouts, street fights, club fights, whatever you name it, been there, done that. I was 3 years old when my mother and father got murdered. After they murdered my parents, me and my brothers, we was in the house with the dead bodies for 24 hours. And I remember as a kid that I was biting my mother, trying to wake her up. I never expected that life would come to an end so drastically and so soon. Tupac just got shot. Couldn't believe it, you know what I mean? And but the first thing that I said in my head, well, he got shot 5 times before. He's gonna take this, come out, do records, sell millions of records again. But when I actually saw him in a hospital bed, to me, I knew for right there that it didn't look like he was gonna make it. It was a time when I was in the music industry, and I had 3 houses at one time. Money was coming in, but I didn't have much in the happiness, you know what I mean? I didn't have happiness inside of me. So I knew that it had to be something else out there that could bring happiness besides money, jewelry, cars, and fame. I turned to drinking alcohol real heavy.
He was always liquored up.
And I happened to one day be in a recording studio, and I was very intoxicated. And I got into a fight with my little brother, and it got to the point where I almost probably killed my little brother. Hurt him so much that he had to go to the hospital and get staples in his head. There happened to be a Muslim brother who was in the parking lot, and he broke the fight up. He calmed me down. He came and spoke to me. And when I was punching windows, there happened to be a Muslim brother in there in the parking lot watching me. He came up to me and he broke it down. He was real quiet, real humble, and he had good character, mashallah. He asked me what's my name, asked me was I'm a Muslim, and eventually he started to give me dawah.
I said, imagine tomorrow waking up sober and realizing that you killed your brother. How would you feel about that?
He was asking me to come to the masjid, and for a while I was ignoring him. And when I first went up there, I remember I went up there deep, about 20 or 30 boys with me. And I went there expecting that it's just going to be like how I roll everywhere else with a posse, a crew, and we just going to hang out. But when I went there, that's when I seen something different that basically inclined me to want to know more about what these people was upon. And when I came to the masjid, I seen different people there. I seen the brotherhood that I never seen before. Of course, in the music industry, we all claim that we have brotherhood, but once the money start kicking in, the brotherhood breaks up real easy. So when I seen the brotherhood of the Muslims, I was surprised. That's what changed my life ever since then.
Live a life alone, living it just for me, and I had no idea this life judge my eternity. I look at myself, and I wondered who created me. I had to open my heart and open my mind and open my eyes to see.
He got an awakening.
Islam has given Muta a purpose.
Overall, man, my brother, he's a different person.
I think Napoleon has changed in a way where it's beneficial to the children, beneficial to himself, to his family, and to his friends.
When I looked at him, he definitely inspired me to want to, give back to the youth and give back to the community in a way, that Islam only offers you.
Muta is a good brother, and personally, I'm striving to be more like him.
He had a lot of potential, but he also had a lot of anger and unresolved issues that I think Islam probably gave him solace and peace.
When I read the Quran, no doubt about it, this was from the Creator. I knew for a fact that this is the way I'm supposed to live my life. Now, it wasn't easy. It's not like I read it and overnight I just became a religious person. It was definitely, even to this day, it's hard. No Muslim is perfect, and no Muslim could actually say they just living life easily and as if they walking on Jannah. We know that Allah will continue to test us. So once we get past one thing, another test might come our way. So it definitely wasn't hard because this lifestyle is the only lifestyle I knew. So when I started to practice the religion of Islam, my friends started to think I was weird. the way that I was being treated, the way my loved ones was treating me, it started changing. So basically, I went from a type of person where I was the life of the party, I was the troublemaker. I went from basically getting all the attention to basically standing over here alone, and everybody basically saying he's a weirdo now. Yeah. Something is up with this guy, you know what I mean? So at the beginning it was very hard. I freed myself away from the music industry. I know I don't do nothing. I have nothing to do with the music industry. I don't even listen to music anymore, alhamdulillah. And Allah guided me away from that lifestyle. One of the things I do now is motivation speaking. I try to spend time with the youth.
Allahu Akbar. How can you deny the oneness of Allah? Allahu Akbar.
Verily all praise is due to Allah. We seek His help, we seek His aid, we seek His forgiveness. We seek refuge with Allah from the evil within our own souls. Whosoever Allah guides, there is no one to lead astray. Whosoever Allah leads astray, there is no one to guide upright. I bear witness that there is no deity worthy of worship in truth except Allah alone. He has no partners and all dominion is His. And I bear witness that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is His messenger and seal of all the prophets. Basically, let's start off with my background. I'll just touch up on it. Like the brother said, I was a musician. I was a musician in a rap group called The Outlaws with Tupac Shakur. And unfortunately, in that lifestyle, from the Muslim, the youth, from the outside looking in, that lifestyle looked delicious. It looked great. But as for me that really lived this lifestyle, like, this is a lifestyle that brings a lot of fitna. Alhamdulillah, I get to travel around the world and I meet a lot of Muslim youth. The Muslims in this youth is so far away from Islam, but they want to look up to the kuffar, look up to the gangster music, look up to the raps, look up to the crowds in America. What is guided into us that we think this is the life to live? What is guided into the Muslims that we want to be gangsters, man? You cannot be a gangster and be a Muslim. We're so far from our religion, man. This is very sad that we're so far from our religion. We think we're doing something, but the shaitan making the evil look good to the Muslims. What we gonna do when Allah asks us, why when your Muslim sister walked down the street, you was cussing at her? Why you was smoking? Why you was drinking? Why you was committing fornication? Why the Muslims are partying? Why the Muslims living this lifestyle? Then you wonder why the Muslims in the predicament we are in now. Then you wonder why the Muslims in Iraq, the Muslims in Palestine, the Muslims all over the world is in a predicament. It's due to our sins. Because Allah said whatever evil befalls you is what your own hands put forth. So we wonder why our Muslim brothers and sisters around the world is getting tortured is due to our own sins. This is very disgusting, man, that the Muslim youth is acting like this. We have guidance from the Quran and the Sunnah. What's our excuse? Every Muslim will say, yeah, I'm a Muslim, I love Allah and His messenger, but why don't we prove it? We know everything about the gangster rap, everything about the football players, the soccer players, but we don't even know who the Sahabas is. Most of us never even read the biography of the Prophet ﷺ. We know who we are. If you ask some of the Muslims, name 5 or 30, 40, 50 rappers, man, they name every rapper, their birthday, Jay-Z, 50 Cent, they know everybody. They don't even know the companions. This is disgusting, man. We're supposed to be Muslims and we look up to the people that's calling us to the hellfire. That these people don't have nothing for us in this life or the next life. The people that we should look up to is the people that Allah says in the Quran. He said that the Muhajir and the Ansar, Allah is pleased with them and they pleased with Allah. Allah said that He is pleased with the Sahabas. If we want to take some role models, why wouldn't we look up to the people that Allah said He's pleased with? Allah said that the Quran is here to the day of judgment. The Quran ain't going to change. Allah said I'm not going to be pleased with the Sahabas until Jay-Z and them come out and then the Muslims can follow Jay-Z. Don't let the youth fool you. Don't say, well, I'm 15, I'm 16 years old, I feel good, I might not die. It don't work like that. Many a times people woke up with a smile on their face and they was young and didn't make it back home. Many a times people didn't even wake up. Many a times people left the house and they end up in the morgue and somebody else taking their clothes off of them. This is going to happen to us. Believe it or not, it's going to happen to us.
The birds that fly over me, I see the rain fall from the sky.
If you have 3 brand new homes, brand new cars, you would tell yourself that you would be the most happiest person on the face of the earth probably. But when I got to that level, I know I was feeling more and more depressed. And if you really truly believe that's the ultimate happiness, then why you have millionaires committing suicide? How come you have millionaires committing suicide? Some of y'all might have heard of Johnny J. This is a guy that produced most of the hits of Tupac. When I left the Outlaws, I did a solo album. I signed to Johnny J. He produced my whole album. Put it together, man, he produced over 100 million record sales. 3-4 months ago, I get a phone call from his wife saying that he committed suicide. Now, I know for a fact that Johnny J was a very wealthy man. He had a pool in his backyard that he built in the shape of a heart for his wife. He had all types of cars, but how come this man wasn't happy? Now, most of the Muslim youth, most of the problems of the youth today is stem around money. Most of us, if you hear about a person getting stabbed, it's because he was trying to get robbed. If you hear about a person selling drugs, he said, because I got to make my money, man. You don't know where I come from, man. And the hood is like this. I got to make my money. I'll be happy. Most of the people would do anything to get to that level. They see the rappers on TV with bling bling. So they say, I got to sell drugs. I got to get to this level. But if this was the ultimate happiness, then how come when people become millionaires, they're killing themselves? They're killing themselves. The only happiness is for a person is obeying Allah and His Messenger. How can a Muslim ever think, how can we ever think we can be disobedient to Allah, who's the creator of the heavens and the earth? Allah is the one that provides for every single one of us. How do we think? Use our common sense, man. Don't let the shaitan fool us. Use our common sense. How do we think we can be disobedient to Allah and get some type of happiness, man? Allah is the provider. Allah is the one that provides for the ants, the fish, the birds, the animals, the creatures, whatever you can think about, Allah is the one that provides for them. So how do we think we've been disobedient to Allah? We want to run away from the sunnah, but we think that's going to bring us some type of happiness. So it's very important, man, that we do not be dumb, man. You got so many kids. You got Muslims that'll go to work. They would do everything to please their boss. They would do everything to please their boss. They would even shave their beard. They would do everything on the face of the earth to please their boss, not knowing that Allah is the one that provides for their boss. And the messed up understanding, this is what's going on with the Muslims.
Before I was a Muslim, I was cashing checks, and this is no lie, and I'm not saying it to brag because this was haram money anyway. But I was cashing checks for $150,000 like every 6 months, and I would cash these checks, and I would not be happy. I was steady trying to go get intoxicated. I'll go buy a brand new house, and when I buy a brand new house, I'll be happy for 2 days. And when I get in 2 or 3 days, I start feeling depressed again. So I'm chasing it down with alcohol, and I'm fronting in front of the people like most of the rappers do. You see them on television. They drunk and they high and they looking like they having a good time. So I was just searching. So a car would come out, a brand new car. I'll say, you know what, I want to go get that car. Maybe I get the car. That's why I'm not happy. I think I need a car, man. So I go get a car, and it was so crazy that I drive the car, and a couple days later, it's like it's nothing to me. I'm like, man, this is like temporary happiness. What is it? What am I going through? So it wasn't until I started getting religious and I started noticing that when Allah says in the Quran that surely the hearts found tranquility with the remembrance of their Lord. And wallahi, when I read that, I said the only time I do feel any kind of happiness is when I'm starting to read something about Islam or when I'm around Muslims and things like that.